Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Starship 900 joining in. I don't know why I have that intro. So, I want to do a rant about a lot of the broke men on TikTok that have been complaining about women. And I just want to do a mega rant on it because it needs to be talked about. I'm tired of hearing it. Maybe if a guy comes under this video, he'll learn something from this video because you've been lucky enough to curate your TikTok to where you do not get these dusty videos of men contradicting themselves in every freaking TikTok that they make, then you're lucky. Unlike me, no, I've been trying. I've been trying to move into black luxury. I've been trying because I'm trying to manifest, but it has not been working out. I keep on getting the dust. I don't know why. But, anyways, I want to talk about it. So I want to talk about the wrath of broke men on TikTok that are spewing their I don't know, their toxicity and being annoying. I think TikTok is a very interesting place because they're getting checked left and right from everybody of all races, left and right. They're checking these men. You remember that short guy, who wanted a mommy, basically, all in one? Yeah, they're getting checked left and right, but I want to make this video to clear it up. So the reason why I made this video is because one TikTok creator, she was responding to a comment and she was saying how she doesn't feel bad for men that get used by women for their money. Brittany Renner. So we all know Brittany Renner. She's not the first to do it by far. She's not the first, and she will not be the last. But she has successfully done it, and I'm not mad at her. I am not mad at Brittany Renner at all. When I heard what she did, I was like, this is nothing new. This happens all the time, whether it's by a biracial or a white woman. This happens all the time. I thought it was kind of funny. When I looked at her interview that she did, it really just seemed like they had a relationship. He disrespected her, so she left him, and now she's getting child support. Like, that's literally what it seems like. But these men nowadays, they will want you to freaking be with them and don't claim any child support if they have a kid. Like, it don't work that way. There's two sides to a coin, my friend. That don't mean it the same side. So yeah, I thought that was funny. No one ever talks about men that use women for their looks. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. The very sugar baby, sugar daddy type of phenomenon it was created because of this. But the only thing about the sugar baby, sugar daddy lifestyle is both parties, they benefit from this. Just like men that use women for their looks, but they might not like how it benefit though. They might not like to get used for their money, but oh well, like that's what you want. So yeah, with the sugar baby, sugar daddy dynamic, it's him going out with this really young, pretty girl he's seeing around town with her. She's pretty, right? Because beautiful women, pretty women, beautiful women are a status symbol. As much as a lot of men don't like it, it's true. If you got a beautiful woman on your arm and you're not that great looking, you're looked at by other men as he's the shit. Men don't like this, and they don't like the fact that women benefit from this, but we're not the ones that created this. This has been something since the dawn of time, to have beautiful women back in the back Stone Age days. Okay, not Stone Age, but the men that had the most beautiful women next to him was the ones that knew how to hunt, knew how to fight, knew how to gather food, the ones that had money as well, right? So this is just something that happens. The men with the resources are usually the ones that will have the most women. It's only nowadays where you have like relationships that are with consisting of two people, but for the longest time it was very much a polyamorous relationship dynamic. This is just how it always been. Even go back to this, well, not in current societies, but if you look at certain cults, I'm going on a rant, like they literally try to get the young girls, the most young girls, and then the young boys growing up, they don't have anybody because they don't have any woman, because they don't have anything. The older men that try to get the young beautiful girls to be their wives, one, they like youth. Two, they can do it because they have resources. This is just how it's always been. As a woman, it's in our nature to want to be safe, to create an environment for ourselves, to be in an environment for ourselves where we can be safe, where we could thrive. This is just how it's always been. Like, even certain animals in the animal kingdom do this. Actually, lots of animals do it. Like, guys, it's only the broke ones that don't understand this, because they want these very beautiful girls, but they don't want to do nothing. But that's not the way life works. And these women are not going to love you unconditionally. Men that get used by pretty women or beautiful women, these men usually are look stickers. Can we talk about it? They're look stickers. Who are these type of men? You see them a lot in the rap songs. They're all like this. And the rap is very obvious. I want a bad bitch on my arm. Okay, there are a lot of rap songs that rap about bad bitches getting biddies, whatever you want to call it, and just driving around in your car with these women that are a dime. She a dime. That's top of the line. The cute face, land, waist, whatever. Hey, behind. I want to, something like that. Like, it's all the same. Like, this is what they like. They like the pretty girls. So don't get mad just because you see her as a dime and she top of the line, that she don't use you for your coin. That's top of the line to elevate herself. Like, there's two sides to a coin. Like, I ain't saying it's right, but I'm not gonna say it's wrong either, because it goes both ways. And this is so funny, because for like most of the guys that I've dated have only dated me because of something that serves them. I don't know why us women don't talk about these things. They will usually date you for something that serves them. Case in point, when I was on the train, this guy was sitting next to me with his friend, did not approach me at all. And I got up, left the train, and walked out, went all the way down to the ladies' room, used the restroom. This guy was right, when I had came out, he was right in front of my face trying to talk to me. He saw something he liked. He likes my ass. Like, I'm not stupid. He was looking at my ass. I have a nice ass. It's a shelf booty, okay? It's a little butt, but it's a shelf cute little butt. So this is like, they usually like you for something that benefits them. Yeah, this is just something that has been a reality for me my entire life. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's just the norm. Guys usually like me because they see something in me that they like. It usually has to do with physical features, because I know it has to do with my physical features, because they compliment it on it first. Like, they'll compliment me on my lips or my figure or something like that. I don't really feed too much into it, but it's just a mental note. Like, I know this is how they are. But I'm not saying that there aren't guys out there that like you for you. That's not what I'm saying. There are men like, and I have dated men that genuinely was interested in me as a person, that liked me for me. But I do tend to get the guys that like because I'm pretty, because I have a nice figure or something like that. So yeah, trust me. For the girls, if there's any girls that ever see my video, if you come into my comment section, comment down below. You know exactly how it is, especially if I'm not full figured, I'm actually very petite. But if I get this, if I have this problem with men that just like me because I have a nice figure, or because, mostly because I have a nice figure, then the girls with the curves, I know they know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I don't get mad when I see women using them for money. Like, you want to date me, you gotta pay. You gotta show me that you like me. And now, there are different ways to date. Like, it's not just about using men for their money. Like, I don't know, a lot of guys, they don't seem to understand this. Not really. I feel like the broke ones don't get it. The ones with money get it. And the ones with money, you will never find them caught up in situations with a Brittany Renner, right? They'll spend money on their girls or whatever, but you'll never see them caught up in these embarrassing situations where you're dragging this man and you're throwing him in court for child support for a baby, and you're getting bank off. You don't see this from like different from men, from like non-black men with money, or they're married and then they have the baby. You know, it's just, you never see, and they're not having babies all over the place where they have multiple cases of child support. Like, you know exactly who you usually see this type of. So of course these type of men that deal with these issues with child support and baby mamas are the ones that bark the loudest. When they do have a kid with you, they don't want to take it. But like, it's just a hot mess. So I've never experienced this situation, but I've had women around me deal with this situation, and I already told myself I don't play that way. Like, I have zero, this is my patience with men. It's a little inch, and I feel like that's too much. Hit a lick, go straight out of town. I don't care. You know, because it's like a lot of these men, they make it so easy. And the crazy thing is, they are against the girls that preach about hypergamy, about, like, being your best self, working on yourself, and then going out there and trying to attract a man that can give you the life that you want, right? That can be a provider, that is a great man, that has integrity, that has all of these, that just has a great personality, and he's family oriented. Obviously, you're not going to get a perfect man. I feel like with everything, there is compromise. I feel like a lot of women are realistic about this. Like, you're not going to get a guy that looks like Brad Pitt, or Timothy, the cute model, right? No, I think he's an actor. Leonardo DiCaprio. You're not gonna get the Leonardo DiCaprio, but if you get a nice, cute, nerdy looking guy, he got money, he treat you nice. He may be short, but that's okay because he treats you nice and he has money. You're okay. Like, you can like fall for this guy, marry him, have kids, whatever you want. I don't know. This is what it means to compromise, understanding that you're not always going to get the tall guy, the really handsome guy, or even the really rich guy. But a lot of the guys, they just, well, the broke ones, I'm only talking about the broke ones, they don't get this. They don't understand this. While in the same breath, they want women to love them unconditionally. I feel like a lot of these guys perpetuate the type of culture that they hate. You see, if that makes sense. Like, they preach about how they can't stand women that use men. But the types of tactics, the types of rhetoric that they're spewing to other young men is only going to, well, if the girl obviously doesn't know any better, is only going to increase this type of toxic outcome. Think about it. The guys that get the money, that rap about the bad bitches and all that stuff, and how beautiful she is, how wet she is, and how curvy and how big her butt is. What type of woman do you think this is? She is. She knows she's a bad bitch. I ain't saying she's not. But what type of woman do you think she is? If she knows she top of the line, and there's nothing wrong with knowing you're top of the line. If she a video girl, and not just that, but if he's constantly flaunting his wealth all over the place, and she understands the culture, what type of woman do you think you're gonna get? Yeah, she gonna see you as a wallet. She'll date you now. And if you act right, I'm not gonna say they're all like that, because if you act right, y'all might just get married and y'all might have a kid together. But if you cheat, because a lot of these rappers and a lot of these athletes, they like to do all that cheating stuff. You're gonna get a divorce, or she'll ignore it, and you're gonna get hit with child support. Like, they don't get it. Like, there are women that will use men for their money. You can't expect a woman to love you why? You can't expect a woman to love you unconditionally. Like, that is a Betty Burdock case. The case with a woman that killed her husband and the mistress. This woman put him through law school. He cheated on her with the assistant who barely knew how to type. I watched the movie, so she was like, she's a bimbo that doesn't know how to type. Like, he cheated on her with a young woman, loved him with no conditions, and that's why she killed his ass. So you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want a woman that's gonna love you with conditions. I feel like everybody should have love should have a love with conditions. It's stupid to have a love that doesn't have conditions unless it's your kid. And even then, as they get older, depending on how they act, it has to be with conditions. Like when they're young, unconditional, but when they're older, and let's say they're a hot mess and they have a gambling problem or something, you have to put yourself first. So everything is with the men that don't like women that use them for money. These women are just trying to secure themselves, and they just see a sucker. Like, you're never gonna get a woman. Well, actually, you just might. You know, if you just might, if she's brainwashed and deluded enough. Sorry, but you're never gonna get a woman that's just gonna be happy with you using her for her looks, dogging her out, because that's what you most likely will do. Typically, the ones that only like women because of their looks are dogs anyway. So dogging her out, treating her like crap, and you gonna say, and she's enough for you? Pick a side, pick a side. Like, that's why I don't listen to guys, because honestly, it just feels like they contradict themselves 90.9% of the time. They do. They don't want a woman that's going to use them for money. But then they say a lot of women are easy. It's easy to get women. They're easy. You run right through them. They have no standards. But yet they don't want a woman they don't want a woman with a high body count. But yet if she doesn't know how to do anything in bed, she's boring, so you cheat on her. But they want like a virgin. But she's too religious and boring, and all she cares is about her virginity. Like, you see what I mean? It's the confusion, which is why I personally just don't listen to them. Like, whenever I see them on my TikTok, I swipe. I just keep on swiping because it's a waste of time. Like, at the end of the day, like, their male aggression in the wrong places. They need to channel their male aggression into bettering themselves and attaining more money, because honestly, when you have more money, you know, you're just gonna have an easier time with women. I don't really like spend my time thinking about what males like, what they don't like. I know that they're always going to come to me. The girl experience and the guy experience is just different, and I feel like a lot of guys want to be women, but at the same time they still want to be respected as men. But you cannot dominate women. Like, that's not good. If you want to live in a society where you're dominating the women, that society is doomed towards destruction. The bourgeoisie, even they understand this. Even the elites in society understands that you cannot dominate women in your society will be trash, and I feel like the human race will go extinct. It will be on some Mad Max shit. I by the way, I don't think we're headed toward to mold these younger men into being shitty and toxic and bitter. I did check out my Scrooge video. I did a whole video on Scrooge, the Scrooge effect. I'm not dragging anybody, by the way. This is just something that I realize happens to a lot of guys. When they get old, they get really bitter. And as a young woman, I've come into contact with older, angry men so many times. And I've also come into contact with some really sweet older men. Like, they're so sweet and nice. But guess what? They usually have a wife, and they usually have something they're passionate about. It's a different mindset. I feel like, and this is the biggest problem with them, is I feel like they need something else besides harassing women online. You're not going to get what you want out of a woman, because at the end of the day, you can make as much TikTok videos as you want. You can make as much YouTube videos as you want. You can start an entire podcast. Today, there will always be a man out there that will want to take her out on a date and pay for that whole shit, in the hopes that she just sits on his face. Like, it's just how it is. And by the way, like, I'm not gonna knock your back. I understand. There are guys out there that can get the girls, that will pay, that will go have happily. I used to be one of those girls until I realized I don't like it. Until I realized every night. I'm dry. Try to do it with my boyfriend. I'm dry. I didn't like that shit. Makes me dry. Like the Sahara Desert. A lot of guys, they'll be like, oh, women don't hold themselves accountable. There are a lot of women online that will shame women. You should have your own. You should blah, blah, blah. You should not want man money. Don't get with a man because of his money. Like, these type of women see things from a black and white perspective. For some reason, they think that because a woman doesn't have her own, they think that because a woman wants a man with money, she doesn't have her own, which I think is complete moronic. I think it's moronic. Get a hobby. Stop worrying about what women are doing. The Fresh and Fit podcast. The guy is bald. Like, he's so bald. And I think it's because all he does is talk about relationships with women. And he has a very, like, contradictory, schizophrenic, psychosis type of mentality that's just doing mental gymnastics in his head about women that's making him bald. I know it's making him bald. So yeah, get a hobby. I find that the guys that are really worth like dating are the ones that have a hobby. They don't spend their time warped up in the politics of women. They do not care. They don't care to argue with women online about dinner dates and stuff like that. And if they like a girl, they'll do that for her. And they don't care. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. If you know how to communicate, if your intentions are genuine, then you will not be used for your money. I'm telling you, wealth is very quiet. Very quiet. Real wealth is very quiet. That's why I don't look at guys that have Gucci belts. I don't look at guys that will have the designer wallets. Like, I don't look at guys that have these type of that flaunts their wealth. There's a guy right now that is, I'm not really talking to him. He's talking to me, who likes me, and I could already tell he has nothing. He doesn't have anything, and he don't got nothing. But that's because he's the type that flaunts his wealth. Football players, they don't be flaunting their wealth like that. Like, they don't. They don't have a bunch. Well, they probably do, but they don't be running up in women unprotected every minute, having all these baby mama issues, and then having child support issues. They don't have these. This is ghetto. This is so ghetto. Wealth is quiet, okay? You won't be used if you are smart. Only stupid men get used. Stupid men that are that only care about looks in a woman get used, because you attract exactly what you care about. You care about looks, that woman cares about money. There are women that have basic standard requirements, that you have a job, and there are a lot of I believe there are a lot of women out there that will be like, you know what, he doesn't have to make a lot of money, he just has to be a nice guy. There are women like that out there, and then there are women that are not gonna date you if you don't have money, and that's okay, because I feel like women, we can do that. Men can do it too. I don't understand why they're so mad. I'm just tired of seeing the annoying videos online, and I just wanted to clear it up. But watch Married to Millions. The easiest cast members are the women. The women that have millions. They're cougars, and their boyfriends are broke. But yeah, comment down below if you've had experiences with guys that just use you because you're pretty, that you can tell like they only like you because you're really pretty, or guys that only like you because you have a nice figure or whatever. Like, comment down below your experiences. I really want to hear about it. Thank you, and have a good one.